Mixed blessings, it had to be. Mixed blessings, you and me. Mixed blessings, I need you day and night. It's black and white. Mixed blessings, it had to be. Mixed blessings, you and me. Mixed blessings, I need you day and night.
Oh, hello, Mum.
How is he?
He's not too marvellous.
My poor Thomas.
No, Mum, don't start babying him. He's already in there like he's the only man who ever had flu.
How are you, dear?
I'm fine, said he, bravely.
Are you taking something?
I'm dosed up to the eyeballs with aspirin and stoned out of my mind on hot rum and milk.
Rum? We ought to take whiskey and milk.
No, if you're going to change anything, change the milk. Rum and whiskey would be marvellous.
I've brought you some grapes and some nice lemon barley. I would have bought you a book, but I don't know what you read these days.
Thanks, Mum.
You just rest. He's resting. Perhaps if he sleeps a little, he'll...
Something wrong?
You're putting on makeup.
Yes. Shouldn't I be?
I suppose you do. It's just that I never realized that you were... What about mascara? And eyeliner?
What about it?
Well, does it show?
Mum, you can buy one sort of makeup for blondes and one sort of makeup for brunettes, can't you?
Yes.
Well, it just happens that I'm a little more brunette than most. I'd better get off to work. I'll see you later, Mum. If you want anything, it'll be in the kitchen.
Oh, don't worry about me. I'll just sit here and read.
Not that one, Mum. It might spoil your memories of your little boy.
At least I know what he reads now. I suppose all men like looking at those girls.
Yes, I can't think why. There's hardly one good brunette amongst them. See you later, Mum.
Bye-bye, dear.
Bye-bye.
I'm all right, Mum.
Shall I tuck you in?
I'm tucked in, Mum.
The doctor's coming.
The doctor's coming, Mum.
But I'm only trying to help, dear.
You're only trying to help, Mum.
Are you sure there's nothing I can do for you?
Mum, the way I feel, not even Rackle Welch could do anything for me.
Yes. I've been reading some of your magazines.
Oh, Mum, don't tell Susan I said Rackle Welch. Tell her I said Dinah Ross.
Is there a difference?
I'm asleep, Mum.
Yes?
Hello, I'm Dr. Morgan. I understand there is somebody who needs me.
I think there must be some kind of a mistake. It's not Susan who's ill, it's Thomas.
I did study quite a time, and I learned about both sexes.
It's not the sex, it's the, it's...
Color? Oh, dear. Susan is black, and Thomas isn't.
Yes.
Well, we are in luck. I brought along some white pills, Mrs.
Thomas's mother.
Don't worry, Thomas's mother. When they've got the flu, it doesn't matter what color they are. And I'll tell you something else. When you open them up, you'll find a liver looks the same the world over.
Oh, hello, Dr. Morgan.
Hello, Dorothy.
He's in there.
Thank you.
What kind of doctor is he?
A doctor of medicine. I suppose you noticed he was black.
Yes, I did. But he's your doctor.
Has been for years.
Well, when you said Morgan, I naturally assumed he'd be Welsh.
You don't have to be Shirley Bassey to be black and Welsh.
And you mean he examines you thoroughly?
Thoroughly. Stripped naked. Me, that is. Annie, he's a very good doctor.
How is he?
Well, he's not as bad as he thinks he is. 4 times a day and plenty to drink. Oh, and if you could put on some beads, sprinkle some ox blood around the bed and do a dance with my head. 3 times a day. Good day to you, Mrs. Mother. Bye, Dorothy.
Thank you so much, Doctor.
How do you do?
Stay cool, brother. Auntie, stay cool. Oh, who was that?
Well, that was the doctor. He's a real doctor.
I mean, that man's an imposter. I mean, he cannot be a real doctor. No bone through the nose? No horn? Not even a skull on his neck? Oolang, oolie, boolela. Woo.
Winston, Dr. Morgan did all those jokes himself.
That's another thing. Beware of funny doctors. Who is the sick one?
Thomas has the flu.
Oh, Annie, stop fussing.
Hey, what's this? You can't have the flu. We're supposed to go bowling today. You've caught the flu deliberately. I'm the champ and you're scared of being beaten.
Oh, when I'm well, I want company, nobody comes. When I'm sick, I want to be on my own. This place is like Clapham Junction.
Pardon me, boy. Is that the Clapton Junction choo-choo?
Hello, Winston. Goodbye, Winston.
Look, you just got to stay cool. You got to say to yourself, I am not ill. My head aches, my bones throb, my knees are weak, but I am not ill.
If I wasn't ill when you walked in, I am now.
Auto suggestion, man. You know, there was this guy who was dying, but he kept on saying to himself, I am not dying, I am not dying, over and over.
And?
It almost worked. I take it you're not going bowling.
No. Have a grape.
Well, stay cool. I've got to be leaving you now.
Ah, something I said, I hope.
No, I've got to find somewhere to get rid of these pips.
How is he? I hope he hasn't got Thomas's flu.
No, I think he's got Thomas's grapes.
Susan, I thought you'd gone to work.
I got to work and I was sick. I think I've caught his damn flu.
Well, I suppose it was inevitable.
You're right. I should never have married him.
Well, go on. Get yourself into bed.
Yeah. You know the most annoying thing? We're going to spend all day in bed, together. And nothing.
Hi, sis.
Oh, don't come near me. Don't come near me.
Is it because I'm black?
No. She's caught Thomas's flu.
Oh, no. That means Mum will be round here like a shot, and I'll be left alone with Dad. Susan, you can't do this to me. I forbid it.
It can't be your mother, can it? She wouldn't have heard already, would she?
No, of course not. Boom, 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 boom. Now she's heard. Any messages?
Sorry.
Is everything all right? Only there seems such a lot of black comings and goings. For the time of day.
Thomas and Susan have flu.
Yes, but I saw a black man with a black bag.
That was the doctor. So if I were you, I'd lock myself in my room. Part of the cure is that we have to sacrifice a small, middle-aged white lady.
These blessings, it had to be.
Reinforcements have arrived.
Hello, Mrs. Lambert.
Mrs. Simpson, how are they?
Well, Thomas seems a little better, but he's still very pale.
How about Susan?
No, she's not pale. Well, she wouldn't be, would she? I did wonder. It must be very difficult to tell when one of you is ill.
As far as we're concerned, it's very difficult to tell when one of you is not ill. You see, to us, you look pale all the time. Susan?
Close. Hello, Mum.
Hello. Hello, Mum. How's my baby? If you mean this married woman, I'm feeling a little better. Mum, you didn't have to come because Mum Simpson's doing very well. Yes, I'm sure she is. That's why I had to come. Now, just because you're married, it doesn't mean I'm not going to be with you when you need me. Winston told me you were in bed, so here I am to see how you're doing. Well, I'm okay. Good. Now, don't you worry about a thing. I'll look after everything. Oh, now I am worried. With both of them out there looking after everything, I can see nothing but trouble.
Hey, your Mum said she heard you were in bed and came over to see how you were doing.
Yes?
Yeah. Well, when we get back to normal, don't tell her you're in bed. I don't want her coming over to see how you're doing.
Why not? You're never too old to learn. I hope you don't mind, but I've told my husband I'll cook dinner for him here tonight. He's hopeless on his own, can't cook a thing.
I know, my husband is the same. He's coming here to eat as well.
Oh, well, they'll have to eat together. It could turn out to be as much fun as the 10 o'clock news.
Would you like me to cook something for Mr. Simpson as well?
No, thank you. I think I'd better do it. He's very fussy about his food.
I'm not cooking soul food.
No, well, he had fish last night anyway. Thank you. He is very fussy.
Yes, it could be as much fun as the 10 o'clock news.
What are you cooking for Edward?
Stew.
How fussy can you get?
Well, as I'm here, I might as well do a bit of tidying up. I'm sure Susan is very good, but I know Thomas likes things in order.
For heaven's sake, Annie, you're getting paranoid about your child. I know other mothers don't fuss like that. My mistake.
Mrs. Simpson, don't you think it would be a better idea if we do our husbands' meals in 2 sittings? It seems to me the longer we keep them apart, the better.
Well, I really don't think you can blame Edward for that. I mean, he does his best to put Mr. Lambert at his ease, but you must admit that your husband is not the easiest person to get along with.
Oh, come now, Annie. I'm sure Mr. Lambert is perfectly charming once you get to know him.
You think so? Someday I must get to know him. You know, I know William is not the most tolerant of men, but I just feel that Mr. Simpson has a tendency to ask him the wrong sort of question.
Edward doesn't ask the wrong questions. Mr. Lambert gives the wrong answers. Well, he takes everything so personally, even the most harmless little inquiry.
No, Mrs. Simpson, it is not a harmless little inquiry to ask the pillar of the black community, can you play a tune on a dustbin lid?
It seems a perfectly reasonable question. I mean, every time you see a West Indian on television, they're either doing West Indian dancing or wriggling under a stick.
Not all black people are West Indian, and not all of them like that music. William happens to like classical music.
Do you mean like Beethoven and things?
Yes, does that surprise you?
Well, yes, it does. I don't ever remember seeing a black man in a symphony orchestra.
Damn it, neither have I. That settles it. Tomorrow my son learns the violin.
Well, I'm sorry. I just don't know very much about the black way of life.
There's something else you ought to know about the black way of life.
What's that?
A black lady has already dusted that sideboard.
Well, I've just polished that table.
I think I'll move before I get dusted as well. Why don't you go into the kitchen and relax over a nice hot stove?
Yes, it's getting late.
The opposing armies have retired to the kitchen.
Yeah, we heard most of that. How are they getting on?
How shall I put it? As far as your families are concerned, I think Egypt and Israel stand a better chance of making it.
Oh, well, things can only get better.
Wrong. Guess who's coming to dinner?
Oh, not our dads.
Oh, I'm ill.
So am I.
Cowards.
Did you have a good day at the office?
No.
You come here by bus?
Train.
Trouble with Mr. Lambert is you can't get a word in edgeways. Ah, stew. Ho-ho. Now that looks delicious.
Yes. I'm sorry.
What for?
That it's stew. I've been very busy.
Well, what's wrong with stew? I love stew. I could eat it every day.
But we don't. We eat other things. I've been very busy. I'm sorry. I said I was sorry.
Something wrong?
Well, it's a bit ostentatious, isn't it?
I like to drink wine with my meals.
Oh, we all do. But only on special occasions. I mean, this isn't exactly the Ritz, is it?
As far as I'm concerned, eating is a special occasion. When I was a child, we didn't get to do it very often.
Oh, come on. Don't start throwing your poor childhood up at me. I mean, I come from a poor family, too. You don't have to be black to be poor.
No, but it helps.
Yes, well, you don't have the monopoly of poverty. I mean, when I was a kid, my two brothers and I had to share the same bedroom.
Oh, really? You actually had a bedroom?
Why don't we let them eat in peace?
Yes. sorry.
Don't keep saying you're sorry. What is that?
That is a banana. And that is a pork chop in wine sauce. And those are peas.
Eat up, William. There's a good boy.
How can I? Coming home on the train, there was a man reading my paper over my shoulder. Now I've got someone eating my dinner over my shoulder.
There's no need to be like that. I'm merely looking.
Have you paid your fee?
What fee?
Roll up, roll up. 50p to see the black man eat.
Oh. Don't be ridiculous. It was just natural curiosity.
Oh, I see. And what are you eating? Oh, there's some meat. And there's some carrots. And what's under that potato?
My dear chap, you must admit that when a man comes home after an ordinary day at the office, has his wife waiting on him like a maid, starts eating like Lord Muck. It's a bit unusual.
My wife is not a maid, and I am not your dear chap.
You're damn right you're not.
How's the stew, dear?
It's gone bloody cold.
William, eat your dinner.
I couldn't possibly. I feel I'm depriving a poor white man.
Personally, I think she cooked that meal deliberately.
Now, that's not true. I always cook like that for William.
But perhaps it would help if you could give me the recipe for the banana.
Well, you can tell them what to do with their banana. Why my son ever got himself mixed up in a marriage like this, I shall never know. You can't open your mouth to a black man.
Then try closing it. Remember Thomas and Susan, they're in there with flu.
Oh, and that's another thing. Before you whites came along, we never used to catch the flu.
No, you had berry. We damn well cured you of that, too.
Yes, we should have kept the berry.
Now, will you both please be quiet? Mrs. Simpson and I spent all day cooking all that good food. Now, it doesn't matter what it is. Eat it and stop arguing. I've had enough of these stupid rows.
Greetings. The prodigal has returned.
And tomorrow you learn the violin.
I think I'll go out and come back in again.
It's cool, Winston. Just a normal Lambert and Simpson conversation.
Normal? How can you have a normal conversation with him?
Quiet!
Thomas and I would like to die in peace if you don't mind.
My wife is not well. Now please go home. Or just sit there quietly and watch the television.
Yes, let's watch television. Even boredom is better than this.
There have been further race riots in South Africa. The National Front are planning yet another racial demonstration.
How about if I sang you a song?